Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you can tell, I'm going to be sharing how my Hobby Lobby DIY table came together. I have just thrown some decor on here. I really don't have a plan for this yet, but I did want to share how it turned out. You may be wondering how I attached it. Honestly, I have not attached it yet. I have been thinking about using some heavy Velcro for this because I want to be able to take it apart and move it anytime I want to. And if you've noticed, there's some fall decor in here. Yes guys, I picked it up at the Dollar Tree. They have been putting things out. And then I also picked up this cute little picture from a thrift store, and also this jug I picked up at the thrift store as well. I cannot wait to use these in my fall decor. And if you watched my previous video, you will realize that this is that tray that I put together from Walmart. It was a package deal. You could get 3 trays for $10, and I already had some of the items that I could put it together with, so I threw it together, and this is how it turned out, guys. I really love the way that this turned out. I was pretty happy with it. I have also been working on my china cabinet. I'm wanting to come up with something different. I want to move this bottom part into my kitchen and make a coffee bar out of it. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with the top part. I was thinking about maybe a bookshelf. I'm not quite sure. The first thing that I did was to take off the doors, and then I'm going to take out this extra piece. I'm just going to use my cutoff tool and cut that out. I'm trying to be very careful because I don't want it to mess up the china cabinet. This is the spot where I wanted to put it at. I'm still not finished here. I want to add some things to the wall, but this is some of the craft stuff that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. I have just chalk painted some things and used the tags, and I'm going to show you how I did some of that on into the video. But I love the way that it came together. I just really just throw this in here. It's not really set in stone, but yeah, I love the way that it turned out. This is how I made my garland. I had picked up these red beads at a thrift store for cheapo, and I took some chalk paint and I put it down on a plastic bag, and then I just rolled it around and let it dry. And then for these wood blocks, all I did was chalk paint them, and then I took some scrapbook paper and I Mod Podged it out. I then used my Cricut and cut out some images that I thought would look really cute on here, and basically it's just vinyl and it's like a sticker, and you just put it on there. I used some transfer tape for the words because the words are a little bit more difficult than to just be able to peel them off and put on there. And for this little wooden tray, I basically chalk painted it, Mod Podged some paper in it, and then I put some twine around the handles. So this is something that I wanted to use this year in my fall decor. This was a mirror, and I have taken the mirror out, and I'm going to end up chalk painting this board. And I'm going to put like a cute saying or something on there, but that's just some of the colors that I want to use this year. Is this pretty teal blue color. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I cut this out with my Cricut, and then I just kind of eyeballed it. It's probably not perfect, but I wasn't looking for it to be all that perfect. But I like the way it's looking. Okay, so I took the transfer tape off, and now I'm going to go over this with a little bit of chalk paint to make it look more aged. Okay, so once I rubbed a little bit of chalk paint on there, I went back with a rag and just wiped it down. And I think it made it look, you know, more aged. If you notice the other picture to the right of this, I basically did the same thing. I used my Cricut and cut out the words, and I just placed them in here on this picture frame. I actually hot glued these a little bit and it worked out fine. I then went back over this other picture with some sandpaper. I wanted to give it a more of a distressed look, and it turned out pretty good. You can't hardly tell it in the picture, but it looks pretty good. So this is how I made the little tray that the little bird sits on in my coffee bar tray, and basically all I did was chalk paint it and put a little bit of twine underneath it. You can't hardly see the twine that I put underneath it, but it looks cute. I then took a little bit of brown paint and just gave it a distressed look. This is just a few extra things that I'm going to show you that I've been working on for some of my fall decor this year. I just kind of wanted to be crafty this year and come up with some of my own ideas, and I'm just going to share that with you guys. I picked up this cute little arrow sign from the Dollar Tree as well, and I'm just going to use some scrapbook paper and Mod Podge over top of this. I'm using my Cricut to cut out a design that I would like. I ended up using 2 pieces of scrapbook paper on this because I didn't really like the first one, and then this is the second one that I came up with, and it worked out better. And then I put some twine on the end of it, and the scrapbook paper that you see on the end, I actually just sandpapered it a little bit, and it gave it like a distressed aged look, I guess you could say. This next little thing that I'm making is a mini rolling pin. I used a Dollar Tree plunger, some sponge brushes, and some E6000 glue, and I glued it together after I cut the pieces down to the size that I wanted, and then I chalk painted it, and I used my Cricut to cut out a little cute saying, and this is how it turned out. If you remember in one of my previous videos, I had a FedEx box and I told you that it was going to be an upcoming video, and this is actually what it is. I picked up these, well, not actually picked them up, but I got them in the mail, of course, through FedEx. These are actually staple blueprint engineer prints, and I'm going to make a DIY out of those. I'm using some foam board, some Loctite spray adhesive, and I'm just going to spray these down really good and then use my scraper to flatten these out. I'm not gonna lie guys, this was aggravating, but anyway, I did not finish this in this video, so it will be in an upcoming video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, I hope that you consider subscribing to my channel, and I look forward to sharing more things with you guys.